people, how are you doing? I hope you're doing good, you're doing great. And right now we are speaking about the current happenings in the country, and one of the things that have currently taken over social media is in regards to the said two positions that Ruto has agreed to share with Raila Odinga, as rivalry between them has intensified so far, and also the current information that we have received that the court has suspended the ban that was put on the finance bill here 2023. Politics in our country is always something that we will always be talking day in day out, because it does not escape our minds. Now, President William Ruto, in what could be the start of a fallout between him and his Kenya Kwanza leaders, has today agreed to share 2 IEBC slots with the ODM party leader Raila Odinga. Even as reports indicate, some of Kenya Kwanza allies have announced their reservations over his move to give Raila room for dialogue. Now, according to the report by The Nation on Friday, Ruto move comes barely 3 days after Raila is reported to have forwarded some demands to the head of state for consideration, among them being to have been given at least 3 cabinet secretaries. Some leaders within the Kenya Kwanza administrations gave a snippet of the deal that will keep the peace between Raila and Ruto. A 3-member committee from the AZIMIO side is amenable to the deal, which provides, among other things, the introduction of the office of official leader of opposition and shadow cabinet secretaries, who will be facilitated by the state. There is also talk of a cabinet reshuffle to include at least 3 of Raila's allies in government. Now, this will be the doom for William Ruto, because this will announce a battle between him and the leaders from the Kenya Kwanza government, and mostly the leaders from the Mount Kenya region, because most of the leaders from the Mount Kenya region have been of opposition and have been opposing William Ruto's move to side with Raila Odinga. Now, if Raila Odinga is going to be given 3 cabinet slots, and Raila Odinga is going to get an office as the leader of opposition, this means that they have already agreed on a shared government. Where is Rigathi Gachagua? What will give Rigathi Gachagua say again over the current regime and the current government? A man that was always beating up his chest and always abusing Raila Odinga in public and disguising any possibility of them having a dialogue or any possibility of them having shared power. What will he say? This is a clear move to humiliate the people from the Mount Kenya region by William Ruto, and that's why when the citizens of the nations always tell the people of Mount Kenya region that Ruto is not for you, Ruto is for himself, and Rigathi Gachagua is not for you, Rigathi Gachagua is somebody that will sell you out any minute, anywhere, anytime. So be ready. This tells us so much, because if this one is what is going to happen, then I don't know. You've seen Uhuru Kenyatta today link up with Raila Odinga in Karen over the requirements of the people that died during the demonstrations period. And this has told us a lot. These has described to us a lot of things that are currently happening. And it tells us that we should be ready of anything. We should be ready of anything so far. You get the point that I'm driving. Now, as we continue, you will at least realize that Rigathi Gachagua has been quiet lately. It seems as if the man that his tongue has been cut out. He doesn't speak as how he used to speak since William Ruto put out the post on consideration of having a dialogue with William Ruto. Now, reading a few comments in regards to this, James Kangeri says, for me, if Ruto makes a mistake of going handshake way, He will make history in Kenya for being a one-term president, and I will never waste my time voting in my lifetime again. Yeah, another one here says, and so the cost of living will go down with what Raila Odinga is currently. That's why I've always said that the leaders of our nations are not always there for us. They are there for their stomachs. They are there to protect their business interest, not to protect you. No, they are always protecting their business interest. And this is one thing that has been proven. Now, Simon B says, Julia Oyer says, that is what he was after, but Drew Unga claims mama aliyevaa suruali imeandikwa wakati wa Demon's Hope atapata cheo yake. She went overboard. And I says the cost of living will go down. What we need is political goodwill. Kenya isonge mbele, billionaires waachilie pesa, uchumi ikue. Thank you, Mr. President. Nganga Dairo says Ruto should know Raila will eventually behave like the proverbial camel inside the UDA tent. Karoga says, who told that? Cause no talks are going on. Golden Lots says, as I suggested, negotiating before the 2022 elections would have prevented the deaths of the Mandamanos and create peace, prosperity and tranquility in the country. Peter Hodima says Ruto is the president and not Gachagua. If anything went wrong, the person to be blamed is Ruto. So he must make Kenya one thing. And that's what Ruto is considering, because recently you have seen that The Hague has considered sending its investigation team into Kenya so that they would investigate on the current cases of police brutality and the death of the people that died during the demonstrations. And one man is said to have been summoned by The Hague is none other than the Inspector General of Police, Japhet Koome. So Ruto protecting his regime and also in favor of his next election, he has to consider every possibilities, because fingers will be pointed out not to any other person but William Ruto. Now the finance bill has been passed again. The High Court has considered going on with the finance bill. The Court of Appeal has sent aside an order suspending the implementation of the Finance Bill Act 2023. Now this is what has come on. Justice Mohammed Warsme, Kadorima Ntoinoti and Hello Omondi had set the date of ruling on Friday after Treasury CS Juguna said the suspension of the Finance Act is affecting government of operation. Dongo pleaded with the court, saying there will be a budgetary crisis if the order is not lifted. Chief Justice Martha Koome has already appointed a 3-judge bench that will hear and determine the case challenging the implementation of the Finance Act 2023 filed by Busia Senator Okiya Omtata. We are being told that right now things are going well for William Ruto's government. The Court of Appeal, it's a current trending topic on Twitter. Let's see what is happening. Breaking news: Court of Appeal has lifted suspension of the implementation of the Finance Act 2023. Kitawaramba, that's what we can say. It is happening. The finance bill has gone through. Nothing else Okiya Omtata can do. He fought his battle. He tried to defend the nation. But whatever has happened, it has happened. What else can we say for now? It's a win for the government. See you in the next one. My name is Felix Mwanda and this is FM African Show.